A milestone marked by both tragedy and resilience. This weekend marks 1 year since deadly tornadoes hit Kentucky and left paths of destruction like this difficult to process.
WDRB's Darby Bean takes us back to her hometown to show us how the community is rebuilding piece by piece.
Here in Bowling Green, many homes have now been rebuilt. But just down the road, there are still signs that rebuilding is a long process and that this storm changed this community. December 2022 shows the difference 1 year and a lot of helping hands can make.
Someone help me over here.
From an area flooded with volunteers and scarred with homes ripped apart, several are now rebuilt and more are under construction. But a glance left or right reveals the work still to be done in the piles that remain and foundations that are bare.
It all seems different, come through, see the house rebuilt.
Charbay White lost her mother, 77-year-old May White, in the tornado. She was one of 17 people killed because of this storm in Warren County.
They tried to call the ambulance, but they wasn't able to make it through. They wasn't able to make it to her.
What was left of her home was demolished and the family sold the property. Now there's a new house on the lot and other new homes and apartments along the street.
With the rebuilding and everything, I think it was best because us just rebuilding and moving back in there would have been hard on us.
Charbay wears her mother's picture close to her heart, and tears still fall.
I never thought that I would lose my mom in the tornado.
Other parts of town, like the bypass, not far from Western Kentucky University, also damaged. Some businesses still boarded up, signs still shredded.
There's a long-lasting effect from that tornado that changed people forever.
Bowling Green's Emergency Operations Center was up and running within hours the night the tornadoes hit. A hub to process information and find ways to get it to the public. And those with the police department quickly learned this storm was different.
We started writing addresses down where the coroner was going to be needed, and I thought, I can't wrap my mind around this. It does not seem real to me.
Daylight revealed destruction of levels unimaginable to most.
This went right through the entire part of the city, from one end to the other.
Now, 12 months later, the city says more than 190,000 cubic yards of debris has been removed. City staff spent more than 6,000 hours picking up pieces. And in this community, volunteers jumped in from day one.
To look around and see the good that's come out of it, to realize that we started putting our city back together physically in a very short amount of time, but mentally, it's not going to take a year. It's going to take more than a year.
For families like the Whites, who lost a mother and grandmother, that's certainly the case.
It's like a nightmare that keeps repeating itself over and over in our heads.
As progress continues, there are some things that will never be the same.
You can always buy a home back, but you can't never get your family back.
But through the rebuilding, there is hope. And through the growth and repairs, there is proof this community is dedicated to helping each other.
Well, I think for years to come, we'll have little reminders of that. This is not something that Bowling Green will ever forget.
Reporting in Bowling Green with photojournalist Jeff Gordon, Darby Bean, WDRB News.
And tomorrow on WDRB News here at 11:30, we're showing you what Mayfield, Kentucky looks like a year later. We'll take you inside the candle factory as people remember the tornado victims.